We are out here in Boston. It's like 10:30 at night though. I actually did a video earlier today and it got deleted. And you guys were gonna see all the daytime, but it's all good. I wanted to make sure I still got it done in Boston while we're here. My first time ever being in Boston. And people are friendly, food's great, weather, like right now, feel great. Weather today was stunning, gorgeous. What you gotta do is when you come to Boston, you gotta go down to the harbor. You gotta go down to the harbor, and then you gotta go to the marketplace. And what you gotta do is you gotta get yourself a nice, hot, classic lobster roll, because that was good. But anyways, enough of the funny business. What I really wanted to come on here and share with you is a couple questions that I've received from a lot of people. Kind of the same question, just packaged in a different way. And it was really about like work-life balance. In this concept of work-life balance and what that really means, and kind of asking me, well, how are you able to still do all the things that you need to do while being out of your normal routine, being out of your familiar environment. Sometimes I ask myself that same question, how do you get it done? Everything that you need to do, how do you still get it done day after day? Smack a W for the day, right? And I don't really know how to answer the question when it comes to work-life balance. Like, I'm not some expert, I'm not some guru, I'm nobody special, I'm a human being just like you. I just do the little things, I just know why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I make a commitment, right? When you have a goal and you're very clear on where you're going and why you're doing what you're doing in the first place, you'll get it done. You'll find a way, no matter what, right? Look at any successful person, anybody that you role model after. They get it done. They don't make excuses. They use their excuses as the reason why they got to do it. So anyways, back to the question, work-life balance. What does that mean? Well, if I could give any value, not really advice, because who am I, right? I'm just somebody that decided to stay disciplined, be consistent with the word, my word, do the things that I said I was going to do long after the feeling I said it in has left me, right? So for me, if I can share with you guys, you got to get clear on why you're doing what you're doing in the first place. You've got to get so clear on that reason. You got to know where you're going. There's a lot of cars out tonight. 10:30. So you've got to get super, super clear on, let's turn around, on the reasons why you're doing what you're doing in the first place. Most people fall off, they get complacent, they stop doing the things that they are supposed to be doing because they lose sight of why they got started in the first place. And not only that, they don't have a strong enough why. They don't have a clear sense of reason, right? It's a clear sense of purpose. And there's this big thing right now, for a long time now actually, and I got caught up in it too. It's okay, but you grow. That's the beautiful part of your process. If you give yourself the time under tension that's necessary, you can really allow yourself to grow into the person that you can become. But a lot of times right now, you'll see people, really focused on the grind and the hustle, and they're comparing their grind with other people's grind. I don't care what anybody else is doing. So going back to the, balancing your day to day, I don't really know what you're looking to get out of this question, but it really comes down to like, what are you doing with your day? I have a schedule, I have a calendar, I have an agenda that I look after, that I set up on a week-to-week basis. And I look over it the night before, because things come up all the time. I know that. So I've got to make sure that I'm going through my calendar, my day-to-day the night before. Throughout the day, I'm reviewing and I'm reflecting. And what that allows me to do, once I'm clear with why I'm doing what I'm doing and I have a schedule, right? Because I know my goals. If you want to work 16-hour days and that's what's required of you to do your work ethic, the work that you put in to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself, cool, run it. Do what you've got to do. But I am in no way trying to compare my grind with your grind, with anybody else's grind. Why? We have different goals. We have different visions and dreams. If I don't, like, I work smarter is what I'm trying to say, is I don't need to work 16-hour days every single day if that's not what my goals are set up to be. Like, if you look at some of the most successful people, they get what they need to do done by like 12 p.m. And everything else that they do is just a cherry on top. Seriously, go look at any successful person, businessman, entrepreneur, like elitist in their field, in their craft. Most of the things that they need to do, the most important things that they need to do, top 5, they get done before like 12 p.m. and everything else that they do is just icing on the cake. So that's how I look at my day. I get up at like 3:30. That's what works for me. You've got to do what works for you. And because I do that, it gives me more time throughout the day to do the things that I want, to spend more time with my family or my loved ones or the people that I care about. I'm trying to figure out which way to go. And so when I get up at 3:30, I get all the things that I need to do done by like 8, 9 in the morning. So I have my whole day. So everyone's like, well, why are you grinding so much? Why are you grinding so hard? You know, how are you able to do all these things, you know, all throughout the day, even while you're in Boston? And I'm like, it's because I have a schedule and I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've mapped it out and I'm disciplined, and it doesn't happen overnight. You should have seen me 3 months ago. I was a wreck. 100+ days ago, I was a mess. I had no discipline, no consistency, no clarity. I was kind of lost. But man, open mind, seeking out new conversations, people, taking advantage of opportunities when you see them, it'll set you up if you can put in the work. So that's my little tip on work-life balance. Not really sure how to answer that, but what I can tell you is it's whatever you make it to be. There's no cookie cutter answer. You've got to get clear on why you do what you do, and you've got to get very clear on your schedule. Reverse engineer your goal. Whatever your goal deadline is, now put in the work. Map out the day-to-day work that you need to do and the intensity of your work ethic, right? That you need to put in on a day-to-day basis. So it's late. I need to get back out of Boston cold. It's nighttime here, 10:30. Probably shouldn't be out. My daddy probably wouldn't want me to be out anyways. So anyways, y'all, appreciate you as always. Hopefully this was of value in some way, shape, or form. Listen, I'm nobody special. Just somebody that's trying to become the best version of themselves, just documenting my journey. And I wanted to make sure I got this video in Boston while I'm here, because I look back at all my, I know this is on a tangent, but I'm gonna just share this. Document your journey, y'all. I look back at my videos that I did from a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, some of my posts that I made, and it's so humbling to see where I was and how far I've come. And just especially the video part, you can see who you were and see the growth. And if you don't feel like you're growing, if you don't feel like you're moving or developing, it's cool to look back and see yourself from a year ago, 5 years ago. Be like, damn, you are growing, trust me. Just be patient with the process. So I appreciate you guys as always. Stay tuned for more videos, for more of the journey. Keep crushing it with whatever y'all are doing, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out from Boston.